flee, but slips on sunflower seashells. Winner, the uncles, by emotional TKO. And they make him promise to visit more often and give him an Azerbaijan Tech Elite tee for him to remember this day. Get yours at childrenofkhan.com. Link in bio.
Okay. Well, that was a whole vibe right there. All right. So, what? We should be getting not this camera, but this camera. Okay. Let me catch up with y'all on chat. You know what's funny? A big part of my seasoning question for myself was based on, could I make a chili out of this effectively? And could it be used across the board in other dishes? That's a good place to frame it. So chili dogs were heavy on your mind in the answers. Are you all able to make that poster have like a holographic feel to it? That's an interesting question. I feel like I don't actually know enough about like holographic production to do something quite that advanced. But I mean, I guess what the faux holographic things is sort of like they throw a sheen on it, sort of, or something like that. So maybe. Let me get the music back up. It sounds so weird with nothing going on in the background. Sheeny. That might be kind of neat. So like the things that sort of like look like stickers slapped on with the white outlines, maybe those get kind of sheeny. Really like saffron. The biggest reason is actually the name and the vibe. I love that, Suvi. I actually have no idea what saffron tastes like. I have like no reference point for it. Okay, we are gonna go into our movement section. Okay, I think the dogs will be chill for that. And then I'll need to let the dogs out between movement and the community games. For anybody interested in community games, we are playing Golf with Your Friends tonight. We're going to finish off the end of our August golfing competition, also known as the August Majors. So if you're interested in golf and you have Golf with Your Friends, please hang around and join us for that. Right now we're going to do about a 15 or 20 minute sort of workout. These are designed to sit somewhere between beginner and intermediate, so that people who are a little more experienced with movement can sort of stretch themselves up. People who are just getting going, I will offer kind of modifications that hopefully make all of the exercises accessible in some capacity. I do really highlight making sure to pay attention to your body and what it's telling you. We definitely don't want to have any injuries. The piece of advice I always throw out here is we want to be taking ourselves only up to maybe 2/3 of what we think our capacity is, unless we're very familiar with ourselves. But if we're just getting back into things, we do want to sort of limit what we're doing and sort of limit our approach in that. What else to say here? I'll just sort of preview the flow of the segment. So we start out with a little breathing exercise. This is intended to help us get in touch with these signals that are going on in our bodies, sort of disconnect from all of the mental chatter that we might be having going on throughout the day. And then we'll do a little bit of stretching. And then we're gonna have 3 calisthenic exercises, and we're gonna do each of them 3 times. So we'll run in kind of a loop and do that loop 3 times over. And with those, we usually have 2 that are repetitions of 10 and 1 that is a hold. And with these, it is, we always focus on sort of one kind of portion of the body. So today is going to be arm day. Let me go ahead and update our stream title for this. And we'll put ourselves into the category. Okay. So there we go with that. I love everything going on in chat right now. I'll probably catch up with it after our movement segment just to keep us moving along here. If you do have any questions or anything about the movement, do feel free to throw it in the chat. I'll be trying to keep an eye on that for anything that is pertaining to the movement segment. Okay. With that, let's head on over there. Beebity boobity boop. Let me grab this thing. Also, do please let me know if I'm too quiet. In comparison to the music, our mics are not ideal for this segment, but we do our best to work around it. Shoo shoo. We got some rambunctious puppies here. Hello. Here. No. Hello. Come over here. Hi. Quick hello. Quick hello. Okay. That's it. Shoo shoo. Shoo shoo. Okay. We'll go from here. Sound is good. Sorry about the dog barks, if that's a trigger for anybody. Move, please. Shoo shoo. Move, please. Thank you. Alright. So we'll go ahead and start with our breathing. I'll do my best to ignore them. They should kind of clear out of the way. We're just going to do our standard box breathing that we do. If you've been with us before, you know it. If not, what we do is a 3 count in. We hold for a 3 count. Then we do a 3 count exhale out. And we hold out for 3 seconds. We'll do 3 rounds of that breath. And what I'll encourage is that as you're doing that breath, just sort of check in with your body and maybe go top to bottom. See how your head and maybe shoulders and arms are feeling in the first one. Kind of check in with the middle part of your body during that second. And then maybe check your legs, your waist, your torso with your last breath there. So with that, we'll go ahead and get started. If you want to close your eyes, that might help with just sort of checking internally as opposed to thinking about what's going on outside. And so with that, we'll start our breath in with 1, 2, 3. Hold for 1, 2, 3. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3. Hold out. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3. Hold in. 1, 2, 3. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3. Hold out. 1, 2, 3. One last round. 1, 2, 3. Holding in. 1, 2, 3. Breathing out for 1, 2, 3. Holding out for 1, 2, 3. Very good. So we'll aim to keep that same kind of pace to our breath as we go through the stretches and the exercise. That will help sort of increase our kind of body's capacity to work with oxygen. But it also helps just sort of slow the mind down and also can be used to help sort of find a little bit of extra strength in the body, really just focusing on that breath, focusing on that connection to our air, to our oxygen. So with that, we'll start in with our stretches. With all of these, we want to be very light and easy. We're just trying to sort of warm up the body, get the muscles a little bit loose. So we're starting here with just some windmills back and forth. I like to do this to sort of open up the back, get those muscles moving a little bit. Just very gentle, swinging back and forth. All right, today is arm day, so we're going to be using a lot of our shoulders, a lot of our upper arms. So I'm going to have us do some arm rotations, swinging them from front to back over the top. We'll do probably about 7 of these in this direction. And again, we're just looking for a little bit of stretch in the shoulders there. Nothing. And then we'll go the other direction. Go back and forward over the top. We'll do about 7 of this as well.
Quality over quantity.
All right.
So I get both.
Now we're going to do a little bit of eagle arms. So take your arms, put them out about like this, and then you're going to cross them over each other. So left over right to start. And then you're going to try to bring your forearms back together and allow your palms to come together. From here, we can sort of lean to one side. This is going to stretch our upper arms, our shoulder. And we can hold there. Try a deep breath in. See how that increases the stretch in that muscle there, just the inflation of our lungs. And then exhale. We can come back to center. We'll take our arms, this time cross right over left. Bring our arms into the eagle. And then we'll pull off to our left side. And do that big, deep breath again. Feel that stretch running up that arm. And an exhale. Bring our arms back to center. All right. So as we move into the calisthenics, I will demonstrate our 3 movements that we'll be doing. And then we'll go into the process of that and repeat it 3 times. So first off, we are going to be doing, I don't know quite what to call these actually. I guess plank arm raises. So we're going to be down in plank. We're trying to keep our body as straight as we possibly can. And then we're going to be lifting our arms. So that will be 1. A repetition of each arm coming up. We're going to feel this a lot in our shoulders. This is also going to be a good sort of full body activation workout. We are going to feel it in our cores, and we're going to feel it in our legs as well, as we have to kind of counterbalance that weight of an arm coming up. Next up, what we're gonna do is triangle push-ups. So these I might need to be on my knees for. That's a great place to do this if you need to modify. I should say that's also a great way to modify with these arm raises if we need to do that. We can just be on our knees if coming up onto our toes is a little bit too much. So triangle push-ups, we put our hands into a triangle shape like this, and we come down. This is going to activate the triceps, the back of the arm, quite a bit more than a standard push-up will. So up and down. We can be up on our toes. If we're strong enough for that, I'll probably do a few that way. But coming down to the knees will help a lot with that if we're not quite there yet. Another great way to do push-ups if we're struggling to complete the repetitions is to start by either doing them against a wall, so putting our feet 18 inches away, maybe 2 feet away from the wall, and just practicing the push-ups that way. That'll help build up the kind of muscle that we need in order to be able to do them on our knees or on the ground. Another intermediate spot, if we're trying to move up level of difficulty between those two, would be to sort of on a low table or a stable chair or a couch, putting our hands on that. Anyway, we're doing those. Today, we're looking to do them as a triangle push-up so that we're activating more of that back line of the arm. And then for our hold, we're gonna come down into a chaturanga, which is basically a push-up position. And we're gonna hold here. Our holds are for 30 seconds, and these are really quite difficult to hold for that long. So if we need to take breaks, feel free to do that. If you wanna do those coming down to the knees as well, feel free to do that. So with all of these things, do feel free to modify. It is important that we pay attention to what our bodies are telling us. We don't want to be pushing ourselves too hard. So remembering that goal of maybe taking ourselves to 2/3 of what we think our capacity is, right? We don't want to be straining our muscles or anything like that. So without further ado, we'll jump into those exercises. So we're gonna start in our plank position, and we'll begin with our arm raises. So right arm up, left arm up, that's 1. And again, with this movement, we wanna be very slow and controlled. Up and down. So we're really finding ourselves in that balance. That's 3. Up and down. Up and down. That's 4. Right arm up and down. Left arm up and down. That's 5. Up. Up. That's 6. Up. Up. That's 7. Up. Up. That's 8. Up. Up. That's 9. Up. And up. That's 10. I can feel my body rocking a little bit more towards the end of the reps there. So I can tell I'm getting a little bit tired there. All right, we're gonna get into our push-up position, either on our knees or on our toes, and we'll go for 10 reps there. Triangle in the hands, up and down, that's 1. Down and up, that's 2. I'm gonna move to my knees here. Down and up, that's 3. And up, that's 4. And up, that's 5. And up, that's 6. And up, that's 7. 3 more. Down and up, that's 8. Down and up, that's 9. Down and up, that's 10. All right. So next up, we're into our chaturanga. So take a moment, prepare yourself. We're gonna do 30 seconds down here. Feel free to take breaks. Maybe aim for 10-second segments, something like that. All right, down. And deep, deep breaths can help us sustain. That's 10 seconds done. 15 seconds to go. 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We can come down onto our bellies. We'll take a 30-second break here in between our rounds of exercise. We can stay on our belly there, or we can come into a child's pose. Both are very nice options. Child's pose is on our knees with our arms stretched out in front of us. All right. We've got about 5 seconds left in our break. So we'll go ahead and get back up into our push-up position here. and get ready for those arm raises. Right up, left up, that's 1. Right up, left up, that's 2. Right up, left up, that's 3. Right up, left up, that's 4. Right up, left up, that's 5. Right up, left up, that's 6. Right up, left up, that's 7. 3 more. Right up, left up, that's 8. Right up, left up, that's 9. Right up, left up, that's 10. All right, we're gonna take a little break in here. I realized all these things we're actually holding all of our weight on our arms, our shoulders, so we'll take a little break between each pose. All right, come into our push-up position for our triangle push-ups and 10 repetitions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, very good. Take a little break here before we go into our chaturanga. Very difficult move for the shoulders. Again, we can do this from our knees if our arms are starting to get more tired. Just like we've been doing our other push-up positions from our knees, that works as well. So however we want to do this, we're going to come into that position and we'll go down and hold for 30, starting now. Deep breaths, slow in and out can help a lot. That's 10 seconds. 15. I'm taking a break here. All right, I'm gonna come into it from my knees. We have 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. This is a big, big shoulder day. I'm finding out just how difficult this collection of 3 is right now. So we're taking a 30-second break here, and then we'll get into our last round of movement. Big congrats to anybody who's hanging in there with this set of exercises. This is quite difficult, so pat yourself on the back. All right, last round of exercises, and then we'll move ourselves over into our community games. Start enjoying the rest of our Friday night. So, up into our push-up pose, our plank, right up, left up, that's 1, right up, left up, that's 2, right up, left up, that's 3, right up, left up, that's 4, right up, left up, that's 5, right up, left up, that's 6, right up, left up, that's 7, 3 more, left up, that's 8, right up, left up, that's 9, right up, left up, that's 10. All right. Moving into our last 2 exercises, we might feel our muscles quite activated at this point. If that's all we have for the day, that's a-okay to stop there. If we have a little more juice in the tank, we can get ourselves set up for our triangle pose push-ups. I'm gonna do these from my knees, and we'll count them out. Down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, halfway there, 6, 7, 3 more. We can do these slow. 8, down and up, that's 9. I'm definitely breaking form here. Down and up, that's 10. Oh, big day for the shoulders and arms. We have one thing left to do in our exercise. That's gonna be our last 30-second hold of the chaturanga. Ooh, getting my arms ready here. Okay, we'll get ourselves, I'm gonna stretch out my wrists here a little bit actually. Just folding our hands under. I didn't think about what a big day this would be for the wrists as well. Okay, up into our push-up position. We'll come down into our chaturanga. Deep, slow breaths. See how long we can hold here. That's 10 seconds. 15. Just 10 left. Taking a little break. Back into it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Holy moly. Bravo, bravo. Good to take a moment here. Get control of our breath again. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. Our heart may be racing a little bit. Our breath is very connected to our heart. So as we slow our breath down, that also begins to tell the heart it's okay to slow yourself down as well. Good idea right now, probably to do some wrist rolls, just rolling your hands clockwise and counterclockwise, stretching them out. We were asking a whole lot of our wrists there. And let's go ahead and do some shoulder rolls as well. Just take our arms, move them from front to back. Just around these shoulders here. And then we'll go ahead and do the same going forward. All right. Very good. I'll come back up here and join y'all at the desk. All right. So that was big. That was a big set today. I do try to remind myself to try these things out as a collection of things before stream, just to make sure if I need to sub anything out in case I've chosen something a little too difficult to do altogether. Today, I did not do that. I think today we were probably pushing more in that upper intermediate zone of workout. So my apologies if you were working to keep up and if the movement was outpacing you. Today, I definitely understand that. It was a little bit outpacing me for sure. All right. So what I'm gonna do is move us over into our community games. We're gonna get our golf opened up over here. get the lobby set up, see if we can summon some folks for our end of our golfing for this month. And for anybody who doesn't know, at the end of the month, we always crown a champion in some of our community games. !fish if you want to become our fishing champion. There's only